Okay, let's look at the homework 4.3, 4.4, number 7. Right, so we have this function involving exponential function, and we want to take the second derivative. Right, so let's do that. Right, so first derivative, so f prime of x is equal to, right? So since there are two things multiplied together, so we're going to use the product rule. Derivative of the first, 3, derivative of 3 is 0. Derivative of 2x is 2. Times, right, second guy, so e to the negative 3x, right, plus, right, first guy, so quantity 3 plus 2x, right, times the derivative of the second guy, which is e to the negative 3x multiplied by derivative of negative 3x, which is negative 3. Right? So before we take the next derivative, we try to simplify as much as we can. Right? So what's in common? Right? So both of these terms have e to the negative 3x, e to the negative 3x, so it's probably the best to pull that out. So factor out e to the negative 3x. Right? So factor this guy out and that guy out. Right? So what's left is, right, 2 from here, 2. Right? So we have to distribute this guy, negative 3 to 3. So negative 3 times 3 would be negative 9. Right? And a negative 3 times 2x would be negative 6x. Right? So that's going to be, right, I'm going to put negative 6x first, negative 6x, and then 2 minus 9 would be negative 7, right, times e to the negative 3x, right? So this is the first derivative, so we take another derivative. So f double prime of x is going to be, right, same as before, we use the product rule. So this is our first guy, this is our second guy, right? So derivative of the first guy is negative 6 times the second, e to the negative 3x, plus quantity negative 6x minus 7 times derivative of the second guy is e to the negative 3x times negative 3. Right? So this is going to be equal to, right? So again, we're going to factor out e to the negative 3x. That's in common. So we put that e to the negative 3x. All right. Then let's see, I'm going to factor out negative 3. So it seems like negative 3 is in common too. So negative 3 here. Negative 6 is, so this guy is negative 3 times 2. So I'll factor negative 3 out. So I'm going to put negative 3 in front. Right? Then let's collect the leftover factors. So it's 2 here. Right? So you have a negative 6x minus 7. All right, so this is going to be equal to negative 3. All right, and there's a negative 6x, so negative 6x, and 2 minus 7 is negative 5 e to the negative 3x. All right, there are a whole bunch of negative sign. Actually, I'm going to just distribute this negative sign, and so that so negative times negative is positive. Negative times negative is positive. All right, so this is just going to be 3 times 6x plus 5 e to the negative 3x. All right, so that's the answer. So let's try to type it in. All right, so let's type in 3 times quantity 6x plus 5 oops, e to the negative 3x. All right, so let's check. Submit for testing. All right, it came back, and looks like we got our second derivative correctly. All right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.